All right, y'all. Look, man, we're back for episode 12. This is officially the final episode of the season, man. And let me start off first. And I know we typically end it out with this, but let me start it out with, I want to give a huge shout out to the fellas, man, spending time with me this season and on forward. Don't get me wrong, I look forward to doing more seasons, but definitely the fact that we had to find the time to get us together, that was a task in itself. But all in all, we was able to get on the same page, and here we are. Big shout out to my man Doc, my man Josh, my man Zach, back with me again back with us again for episode 12. And the final episode of the season. Now, what is this table? This is for our first-time visitors. Though this is the last episode, if this is your first time watching this, I want to give you just a synopsis of what this table is. Mic Check is many conversations. It's a table where you're going to have four groups of different backgrounds of the fellas on the podcast, where we're speaking from our perspective, our transparent thoughts, our transparent past, and some of the things that we're looking forward to kind of be a part of as we move forward throughout our journey of manhood and adulthood. We're gonna have a couple questions coming out from some folks that watch the podcast, and we're gonna give our perspective and our responses to each one of those. So just to get us kicked off, I'm gonna pass this one over to my brother Doc. He's gonna get us moving on these questions and get the conversation rolling.
Let's go ahead and close this out strong, man, with the good conversation this episode, fellas. So we're gonna jump right into it if y'all don't mind. With this first question that we have here, fellas, this is, what's one piece of nostalgia? You know, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, TV, etc. What's one piece of nostalgia that instantly takes you back?
I'll chime in on that one first. It's got to be music, man.
Yeah.
My mom, Lord willing, she gets to see January next year. My mom will be 70 years old.
20 what?
He said what? Yeah.
20 what?
Yeah, shout out to my mom.
Mama look good.
Yeah, you watch the podcast too. But she'll be 70 years old, man, and my dad is 61 now. So I grew up listening to everything, man. I could even remember back, we had a record player in the house back in the day when I was growing up, and I found the Michael Jackson Thriller album. And when my parents would leave, man, I'd go in there, you know, growing up in the early 90s, man. You see the Jam Master Jay, them jokers in there scratching them records, man. Mama had Earth, Wind and Fire, Ozzy Brothers. She had all them records underneath the table in the living room, man. So when they would leave, man, I go up there try to scratch some joints, man, and not realizing down the road, man, them things some classics. I probably messed up all them records. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there trying to scratch them classic records, but definitely music, man. I'm an old school guy. The Spinners, whether it be the Spinners, the Temptations. You know what I'm saying? You know, Earth, Wind, and Fire, those guys, man, the OJs. I love stuff like that, man. I grew up going to the barbershop, and they would have Soul Train. So my listeners might be too young to know about Soul Train, but they used to have Soul Train playing in the barbershop on Saturday mornings. So it's gotta be music for me, man.
For sure. We'll kick it off around. Who want to go next, man?
Yeah, no, I love to jump in. I think the music is the first one that comes to mind, right? And I think listening to the music, it then brings in all the other stuff. Like for me, it brings back like fashion, how they used to do in the NBA. When you think of like Allen Iverson, or even like the starting time frame when LeBron first jumped in, back to the Jordan, the Pippins. But I think the music in itself kind of starts that. Even thinking of like the soundtracks from Space Jam, for example.
Yeah. As
soon as I hear any music that was from that soundtrack of Space Jam, I instantly think of Jordan, which brings me back to that era. So I think music definitely kicks it off first, and then from there, it's gonna probably be like the fashion that I remember from that time frame. But even then, I'll lastly even add into like TV, like watching certain cartoons with my kids today.
Yeah, man.
Look, we'll sit and we'll watch. I'm quick to turn on Tom and Jerry for my kids at bath time, and the way that they actually dig into it, I'd be like, yo, when I was a kid, I used to watch the same cartoon. So for me, bro, to kind of like see the full 360 of all of that is nostalgic as I don't know what to me. But I think for me, man, it starts with the music first.
I mean, for me, man, you know, tapping into our topic today, nostalgic and pop culture, man. I think fashion is my biggest piece of nostalgia. I'm from DC, so DC is one of the trendsetters in streetwear, so I will have to say fashion, man. So to shout out to my DMV guys. I know we have a plethora of DMV listeners as well as people all over the nation, so thank you all for tapping in. But the DMV, man, the other day, man, I saw somebody wearing Hugo Boss, and it instantly brought me back to the early 2000s, man. I'm talking, and Hugo Boss has been around since 1940, so we got to give Hugo Boss their credit. It wasn't like DC made Hugo Boss, but I would say in the early 2000s, at least from my point of view, when you had cats with the hold on for a second. Let's pop
the collar up.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Pop,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
yeah.
With that
That
Hugo
was the
Boss,
thing.
so man, you had the Chris Polo on alongside of Sabiato, Shooters,
Come on, man.
Hobo Clothing, Madness, Visions, North Face, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yeah.
throw it, and you throw in a mix of that, Hugo Boss was everywhere.
Yeah.
I recently seen an older white gentleman wearing a Hugo Boss polo. Man, let me put my collar back there.
Nah, I'm about to say keep it up for the episode.
Yeah, I was
I seen
it down.
I seen a Hugo Boss polo, man, and it instantly took me back to my hometown.
Yeah.
Man. It took me back to catching the train with my boys at 13 and 14, going down to Gallery Place or hitting down to, Chinatown or going all over the Pentagon City, man. And there was certain places where you had to go where there was a Hugo Boss store. Hugo Boss just wasn't accessible to every mall or every little shopping center, man. So fashion is my biggest piece of nostalgia when I see somebody wearing something or when I see somebody wearing something from New Balance, because I stand on it. DC, DMV area was another place where you see a pair of New Balance, and depending on what type of New Balance they was wearing, you could be like, oh, Slim from the DMV. I don't know where, but he from somewhere around them parts.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's a fact. That's
Hey,
a
New
fact.
Balance is definitely slept on, bro. Them joints is so comfortable, bro.
Oh,
Man,
very
what?
much so.
So-
Very
so
much so.
comfortable.
990s, 993s.
Yeah, 992s now. Yeah.
Whole collection, bro. Nah, that's a fact, man. I agree with all that, honestly. I think for me, it'll mostly be, I think here lately, because it's interchangeable for me, I think, but I feel like here lately, I think you hit on this a little bit, DB, especially with the kids aspect, it's TV, man. Like, and I appreciate now that, they have it so, like, especially on the streaming platforms and stuff like that, like you have these apps like Paramount, for example, and stuff like that, to where they dedicate it to like Nickelodeon, or you have like your other networks that we grew up watching and stuff like that. And so seeing my daughter like tapped in, and I'll just turn some stuff on, like now she's kind of gravitated from like the Miss Rachels and Gracie Corners and stuff like that. Now it's still her homegirls, don't get me wrong, but now we gravitating into that, like, other cartoon stuff that we used to watch growing up, man. And just kind of seeing how she gravitates towards it, and how she's like really bought in, bro. I mean, like it's dope, bro. Like we're trying to get her on, like, she be watching hella Barney, she be watching Dragon Tales, she be watching goddamn Blues Clues, like all those types of things now. And I'm just like, dang, bro, this is a full circle moment. And so, like, it's very much nostalgic. It also kind of taps into my inner child as well, which was, I know we had a previous episode about that, where it kind of brings it out. I'm singing along the songs with her, bro. The theme song come on, we dancing, and so it's a good time, man. I think, like, just having that moment with her, having that moment too of just kind of like digress from all of like the dad stuff, the work stuff, the husband stuff. Like, that's a time, man, that we really enjoy, throughout the day. So I'll definitely say it's TV for me. Now, also too, like, even if me and my wife watching something, man, we typically like to go back and not binge watch, but just watch like older shows, like 90 related shows and stuff like that. And you can even see the quality of the movie, bro. Like, it's so different, bro. And it just brings you back to that 90s vibe. It brings you back to that, because now it's cool, but everything is just so 3D looking, everything like the it's like, it almost looks fake, bro. It's almost like you in the Zoom background, and it's like you could just make it whatever you want to. It's like you're not even there. But that 90s feel, bro, this is the raw footage of it all. It definitely makes it, just hit home for me too.
And the crazy thing about it, a lot of those, two in particular, Sister and Family Matters, was filmed for a live audience.
Exactly.
Understand that when there will be a scene or something like that and people start clapping, that was actually people in the audience. It wasn't like a sound tune, like an auto tune or like that.
Right.
Family Matters, believe it or not, that scene at the Winslow's household was in front of a stage. Like, they was up on a stage the whole time. So
there was so many shows back in the day. So many shows, like when they actually showed the production of those. When they showed the production of those and they turned the camera around or pulled it back and you seen the actual. I'm like, they definitely don't do that today. They got I think now they use the noise and all this other stuff. Yeah, you hear the same thing.
And that introduced you to your artists, because think about Jamie Foxx, how many Biggie, Martin, how many people, New Edition, Boys to Men on Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? But now,
bro.
But now you don't get a chance to see that. But I will give honor where honor is due. The Shy is like the only episode or the only series that we have watched people grow from child to adult.
Yeah. Shout out to the Shy too.
Shout out to Kevin, Papa.
Yeah. Shout out to Papa, man.
Papa's pulpit,
bro.
We actually got to see, Laura, Eddie, Steve. Even little
Waldo.
Richie, you know what I'm saying? Waldo Faldo. You know what I'm saying? We got to see them from like elementary school all the way up until college and even past. So, you don't get to see that no more in shows and sitcoms that we watch, man. But just when it comes tying it back into the nostalgia, man, seeing Brian McKnight on these shows, Jamie Foxx was one of my favorite ones to watch. Sister. They always had somebody, some artist, Casey and JoJo. Everybody's up there, coming up.
That's what we heard. That's what we first heard the vocals of Jamie Foxx on his show.
Yeah.
First
That's
hearing
a
his
fact,
vocals on that show, it was like, bro could actually sing, and now he's what a multi-platinum artist and all that,
and play the piano.
Yeah, do it all.
It's a bad man right there. Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a good point though, bro. Like you definitely don't see that anymore. They switch things up so much. Just like that one shorty from last season. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Yeah. But
man.
I got mad when they took Harriet off of Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? They switched her out one season.
Yeah. Hey, and they did the same thing with Viv on Fresh Prince.
Viv.
It was like, come on now.
Which aunt we talking about now?
Right.
Hey.
Light skinned one or the dark skinned one.
Listen, they act like we didn't notice that. I seen
it. That's the part that I be tripping on. It's like, bro, there's a clear difference here. But nah.
But you know what's funny though? The smoothness of how they did not stop. Was like they ain't skip a beat, or they tried not to skip a beat. Kept that show right on going, man.
For sure.
And there was always like a lesson learned. I'll speak on Fresh Prince, man. Uncle Phil. R.I.P. to Uncle Phil, but Uncle Phil was always trying to teach Will a lesson at the end of the day, or whether it was his daughters or Jeffrey. Even Jeffrey was teaching lessons, being a butler. You know what I'm saying? So it was always something to obtain and to get out of each episode. It wasn't just all about jokes and stuff like that, but it was also just a learning episode or season.
Yeah, he made being a butler look kind of cool too, low key.
Man, what?
You feel me, bro? Like Jeffrey, with the accent and everything. Nah, that's facts though. Nah, my man Cole said, first thing first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Nah, he was a father figure to everybody, bro. For real.
Yeah, word.
That's dope. I think that transitions us into another question, man, where we talk about just nostalgia and pop culture. We have another question here too, which I think is gonna generate a lot of cool conversation. Who do we think shaped culture more? Do we think athletes, rappers, or actors? Because we talked about a lot of, like, I think DB in the first one you talked about like MJ and Bron and all that. We talked about like different actors like Jamie Foxx, Will, and Martin, and all of those things and stuff like that. Then obviously with rappers, the list can go on. So who do we think essentially shape the culture more? Athletes, rappers, or actors?
If we talking about specifically for the black community, and this is just my opinion, I feel like it was more athletes and musicians. I feel like growing up, sports and music were everything next to God. DB hit on my man Allen Iverson earlier. You had Allen Iverson, down to the headband, to the handles, man. My brothers wanted to be Allen Iverson. My older
arm
brother,
sleeve.
who was you know what I mean? The armband. But bro couldn't ball to save his life. But you feel me? He looked the part. My oldest brother, man, he wanted to be Lil Wayne, down to the tattoos, to get the 5-star G tatted on him. So he can really rap, and to going in the studio and doing all of those things. I mean, I think they shaped how people dressed, how people talked, how people moved.
Sure.
And then to talk about today, I would think that actors are more visible because of streaming. Back then, I feel like athletes and rappers were more a part of the culture, just because it was that once you perform the way you performed in that game, or once you did that song or that concert, it was the word of mouth. If you didn't get to visually see it, that carried that nostalgia on. I could talk about that game that I was able to see or that song that I heard, and it just translated into so many other different groups of people. You know, I'm younger than my brothers, but I was able to experience Allen Iverson through them. I was able to say, why you want to wear your hair like that? Why you want to get the hair braided to the side and then get the cornrows back? Why you got this sleeve on? Why you got this headband on? What does 5-Star G mean to you? And it was just like that influence that they had on the culture. So for me, it was definitely athletes and musicians.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would definitely agree too with you, Zach. As growing up in my time, I was born in '93, man. Like Wayne was one of my favorite rappers, and still is my favorite rapper. I want to go see him in 2 weeks at his concert in Charlotte, and I can't wait to go see him. But like even down to the chains, man. I remember I used to go to the the hair store back in the day. They used to sell
To
fake
get the
chains.
necklaces, yeah.
The necklace. You know what I'm saying? 15
Big
$20.
John's.
You get you a fat chain. You know what I'm saying? That thing fake as I don't know what. But, you know what I'm saying? That was the culture. Even down to the, back in North Carolina, man, they stopped letting you wear the Jeezy Snowman T-shirts in school. We couldn't wear them in school.
Yeah, did the same thing in Richmond.
And at that time, I didn't know what it meant. I know now, but you know what I'm saying? That was the culture. Everybody want to have a bandana on. I want gang banging, but you know what I'm saying? I said Jeezy wear it, so I can wear it. And
Hey, hold on now. Petey Pablo. Let that thing fly, baby.
Yeah.
Hey.
Man, shout out to Petey, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? But it was just a look, man. Everybody had it, wearing the hats to the back, man. Even 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? I had a fitted hat on with a do rag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what 50.
Bulletproof vest.
I won't wear no vest, but
You ain't had no place in it though. You ain't had no place in it though.
I ain't go that far. But I remember having the fitted hat and having to have the do rag, ain't even tying it like 50. You know what I'm saying? There was a certain way you had to tie that do rag to have it hanging down in the back. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a movement, man. It was just a movement.
Hey, remember the time with the do rag with the Superman joint?
Man,
the
what?
Superman cape?
Man.
That was an error in itself.
Let that flap hang out.
Crazy.
Boy.
Same thing.
That was an error.
When people used to wear and one mixtape to a hot
Yeah.
sauce.
Ooh.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Them boys let the
Escalate.
tape out, man. It was
Boy.
different. It was
Skip
different.
to my Lou. Yeah. Hey, man.
Hey.
I definitely
Hey.
agree, bro.
White chocolate,
Go ahead.
man.
Go ahead, DB.
Knockout Kings.
No, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna agree, bro. Those would be my two as well, man. Like, and not to discredit that, I think the actors kind of like bought those things more mainstream, more to other listeners in the room because we are talking essentially about more of the black culture. But I think like some of those actors who reached more individuals, they were able to bring that. Like for example, I think Martin and Will Smith did this very well as far as just like bringing a lot of the HBCU like sweaters and everything else like to the mix, and just like the pop culture, like music, everything else, man. It was dope. And then too, like we talked about athletes and stuff like that on the show as well. So I think when it comes to who I think had like shaped it, more influence and stuff like that, man, I would definitely say rappers, because I feel like it's almost like rappers and athletes, and to this day, man, they tight. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got the same agenda, so to speak. And it's almost like athletes want to rap and rappers want to ball, or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like
Crossing
that
over.
complex, exactly. And so, but it's a beautiful thing too, man. I think like with having those two things, and especially all of us who at one point of time of our lives, or still to this day, still consider ourselves as athletes, and then also too, not necessarily more so rappers, but we appreciate the music and everything else of rap, and we can really put ourselves in that space and understand what it did for us personally, and then for our surrounding others, brothers as well. So yeah, man, I would say those two for sure, hands down.
Yeah, I would agree, bro. And look, I think you named a couple of shows that had the HBCUs being kind of called out within their shows. A Different World. I don't know if y'all remember A Different World.
Different World, bro.
Yes,
Different
sir.
World used to do it too, bro. They was a game changer. I mean, even seeing some of their stuff today kind of brings back some memories. I mean, I was definitely a kid at the time. My brother and my sister a couple years older than me, they used to watch that. But we even got into a point where that show was pretty. That was a tough one.
It was,
and
yeah.
But yeah, no, they used to do the same thing. Used to wear like the Letterman jackets with the HBCUs on there and stuff like that. But I would agree, bro. I think that athletes and rappers, bro. I mean, and I say from an athlete point of view, this might be a little bit further into the game, but Michael Vick was a game changer for our more so our group, our age range or generation, should I say? Man, look, back in the day, Josh, I don't want you to be extra with this, but I played quarterback in high school, and at the time I was nice, bro. But I was not a runner. I was not a runner.
You was
But guess
Donovan
what? I still had
McNabb out there.
I was more like Byron Leftwich, bro.
All right, okay.
I don't got much need.
Fundamental though. He was fundamental
That's
though.
it. Oh, he was amazing. But I had the Vic cleats. And I feel like, bro, other than the braids, I was like, bro, Vic. He done set the standard. I was 17. I moved to 7 as a junior.
Yeah.
Following Vic number, rocking the shoes, and then kind of just moving like that. But even going back a little further, MJ, AI, I think the athletes, they definitely set it apart. But I think rappers, they the ones that we can hear without having to see them. So even like, I know this gonna sound bad, but what was it? Juvie and them, the hot boys. When Back That Ass Up dropped, bruh, I don't know nobody that didn't know all the lyrics, and that was also the introduction
To this
of
day.
Lil Wayne during that song.
Yeah.
That was the main intro for Lil Wayne for a lot of people, bro.
That's
so
right.
I think we all could spit the words to Back That Ass Up from the beginning to the very end. I mean, from the opening,
I would
99 to the 2000s.
Gary working.
Everybody know that piece.
I would tell you what was a full circle moment when I went to this year's Dreamville in Raleigh, and seeing all them up there on stage together. Seeing Manny Fresh, man, Manny Fresh. I mean, he in the league
Still
of his
one of the
own,
best to
you know
do
what
it,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah, still one of the
seeing
best to
him-
do it.
Him, Wayne, and Juvenile and Juvie on stage together, man. Like I felt like it was crazy. That's how I know this concert's about to be crazy in 2 weeks, and it's just gonna be Wayne by itself. But seeing them perform that joint, man, I felt like because everybody know. I remember going to the middle school dances. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to catch a twerk on that song. Like when that
Yeah.
song
Every
dropped,
time.
Hold my back, bro.
Every
Hold my
time.
back.
I'm telling my boy, hey, hold me. You know what I'm saying? Hold me. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready.
Yeah.
Because, and that's not even just the black community. That's the white community, the Hispanic community. Everybody
Yeah.
that song, that's a song that's played at every wedding. It's a song that's played at every kind of get together, and y'all gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
Everybody-
absolutely. Hey, that song, and Watch Out for the Big Girls, dog.
Hey,
Man,
They gonna
listen.
get it
every
in,
time.
Man, listen.
Every
Hey, look, they ain't even gotta be a big girl. They moving it.
yeah, that's the
Moving
beauty
it.
of it, bro. That's the beauty of
Hey,
it all, man.
watch out for the big
sure.
girls. Watch out. I'm like, yo, you gotta find somebody. You gotta
Every
find
time.
somebody.
Hey, listen,
boy.
I would never say this individual's name, but every time it came on in college, she know who she is. Just before I met my wife, get in my arms.
Yeah.
but that's just how it was. When you heard the first drop of that song with it, dun, dun,
Hey.
everybody's like looking. You know
got
what I'm saying?
you got them looking around.
I gotta find somebody.
For
And
sure.
then,
Something.
and then hopefully you was blessed enough, you know what I'm saying? Because the girl gonna look back before she throw it now.
Look, she
Yeah,
gonna
when
take
she got
that
ass,
moment
she
to
look-
look back.
Look, you gotta pass.
Hey.
You gotta pass the look back test. You gotta pass.
Bro,
the
look,
look
she
back
turn
test.
around and she keep going. You golden.
You good?
boy.
You in there?
Yeah,
you
you
know what I'm
good.
saying?
You
Golden,
good.
boy.
You
But then she start
solid.
walking away.
Man,
It's
look.
over. It's over.
Don't
for you.
look. Don't
And
let her
it-
look
it-
back,
it-
bro. You caught with this freaky boy smile on your face.
Oh man.
That freaky boy smile. Oh my goodness. Oh.
She like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Let me tell you, I'm tired of something.
Man, yeah, right.
Yo.
I'm tired. I'm gonna go sit.
They always had something to prove when that song came on, though, bro. You needed somebody to hold you up.
What?
I was like, yeah, what we? Come on.
Hey, hey,
Thought it was
it's-
in the video.
it was a
Word.
time to be alive for sure. Still is, man.
Definitely,
Still is.
man.
But nah, I
And
think
so shout out to the rappers at the time and the athletes at the time.
man, y'all boys got us. Y'all boys got us through some good times of life. We appreciate y'all,
Absolutely.
man, for sure. Hey, look, man. I think we can definitely dive into this next one because I think it's a good segue here. But this one reads like, do we think because and the reason why let me frame it first and get the context. I think ultimately, like when it comes to nostalgia, and if I ask a lot of people, that time frame which they want to go back to, I think a lot of people are going to say the 90s. The 90s really just captivated so many people, man. It took like a sprinkling of different decades, and then I think it just gave it all at one time. And so I think with all of that being said, with all of the nostalgic moments that came with that, do you think nostalgia blinds us from the flaws of the past, or are we right to say it was better back then?
Man, I think it's I think the time back then. I'm gonna use an example of music. Right. Today we have Spotify, we got Apple, iMusic, you can go wherever you want to get the music. But back in the day, to get the actual music that we wanted, we had to use I can't remember what it was called. LimeWire, FrostWire.
Frostwire.
Yeah, you had to burn, bro. You had to burn your own stuff
on your computer.
I used to sell CDs.
Yeah. Out the trunk, Zach.
Hey, look, 2 for 20.
And see, that's the thing is, bro. I don't think it was. I can't necessarily say, Doc, that it was better back then. But I will say, and it goes back to our conversations we've had recently about like kids today, kind of like giving them things. Today we're given so much, but back in the day you had to work for every bit of. Yeah. You had to go through. You had to listen to each song. Make sure one dude in the background shouting. Make sure you actually had the beat going with the music. You had to make sure you actually had words with the music. You had to work for it, bro. And I think that I think it's just a dope thought in general of having to think back and like remember what we went through, and that made it all the worthwhile, bro. When I finally was able to put a full album together. I mean, they didn't have the full albums on FrostWire, LimeWire. You had to go through sometime and pick the individual songs and put it in the order.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you had to put it in the order to put it on the CD.
Yes.
And so I think it's good to gloss over our struggles, but I don't think it was better. I mean, look, I'm even thinking about things like the dial-up internet. They just finished up with the AOL dial. I think they just closed that up this year or something like that.
They did.
And yeah. And so I mean, having all of that, bro, we had to work for it. You couldn't even use the house phone.
Be on the internet at the same time.
Man, listen.
On the internet.
And don't let you be in the middle of uploading the album and your mama got to use the phone.
Oh man.
You got to cut it off. Bro, today my entire house is ran off of Wi-Fi, bro. So I think that like looking at the differences now, like I think one time we had an internet outage a couple years ago, bro. Wi-Fi off, the TVs. You got a safety system with the cameras outside. All the TVs, all the phones. If you got shitty data, you finna have a slow dial up on your cell phone.
Yeah.
So all in all, bro, everything runs on Wi-Fi today, bro. So I think that's something to look back on to kind of be appreciative of what for us, for our generation. But I think our kids, they would never have to understand that.
Even down to your voicemails. Like people used to have R&B songs on a voicemail when you call.
Oh yeah,
talk about it.
You get it. Got music in the background, man. It's crazy.
But had that Maxwell joke,
setting that mood, boy. Boy, you 13 with Maxwell in your voicemail.
So.
Hey. My body's calling. I mean,
over, man.
I can hear.
Yeah, you done reach DB. This is
and then you gotta
You be like, leave a message. You are 14.
Boy, hey, look. Then it don't sound right. You gotta clip it again. You gotta go back over, bro.
It don't sound right. You try to get your mama phone, try to listen to the music, you know what I'm saying, in the background. It's crazy.
No,
man.
but that's how you had to do it because you either had the TV playing with the song on or something like that, and while you recording or using another phone to do it. That's so crazy, man. It's
or you on the tape player, rewinding that jump back. Like, all right, let me run that jump back real quick.
Or let me go a little step further, fellas.
Okay.
You waiting up all night for BET Uncut.
Yeah.
You know it's your bedtime.
That part.
Tip drill.
Rap City.
I said it must be it. Come on, dog.
Rap City in the basement.
Come on, man.
They said Titty a couple times there. Rap City.
Rap City was fire, boy.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's respect.
Doc, to answer your question, man, I don't think it blinds us, right? I think nostalgia puts us in the perspective of some things were better, right? But some things are better now, as Derek hit on with like the Wi-Fi versus the dollar. I will take Wi-Fi any day, bro.
All day.
I I think the gift of nostalgia is perspective. It reminds us of, I think it reminds us to be grateful, right? For both what was and what is.
Exactly.
I think that is the beauty of nostalgia. It puts us in a perspective of like appreciating the time that I'm in right now, but also being able to reflect back and to say, damn, bro, I remember when I used to have to do this.
Yeah.
So I think it's a beautiful thing. I don't think it blinds us. I think it puts us in a space of being present. I think that's what nostalgia does. It puts us in a space of being present.
I love that. And you called out something, too, that I was going to tap into, or at least what I was thinking about as I was thinking about this question of, like, you know, a level of appreciation, you know what I mean? Like, just the authenticity of it all. Like, just all of these stories, man, of, like, not things being so easily accessible and you having to, like, really, like, get creative and carve out something to where you can be a part of it, man. It made it worth more while, I think, for me. And so it is a level of appreciation of that and me being able to experience it, because through that, it was so many different crazy stories that was generated through it. There's so many, like, you know, rewarding things as well. And then it also gives you a level of appreciation to how far we've come from a dial-up to a, you know what I'm saying, to Spectrum, Wi-Fi, and all those different things. And so I love that, man. I agree. I think it's a level of appreciation that I was able to be a part of it, you know, and I have like a lot of really fun stories about, you know, just life, what it was, of like going back to the phone thing. You know, you'd be like, hello, and then it'll pause. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody like, hey man, what you? And then you reach Doc, man. I hit you back. You know, all of that stuff, bro. Like,
too,
bro, that was a whole vibe, bro. And it's just like, dang, this dude done got me again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. I love that I was able to be a part of that time and that era, man. And things repeat itself. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be some of the things that we're talking about that, you know, if we do pass it forward, it could be something that sticks and comes back or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I love that take, man. I do have a level of appreciation. That's what comes to mind for me when I think back of that. So not that things are better or were better then, but I do have times where it's just like, I remember when, not necessarily better than, but I remember when, and it was a good ass time.
Hey, now another one, man, from back in the day was, I feel like that's different now, is like having like kids interacting on the block. Like me and the next door neighbors was so tight, bro. We go outside, play street football or basketball. We play curveball with the basketball. We try to hit the curb of the corner of the street.
Yep.
Like, look,
that's crazy.
I can't remember what we called it, but whatever it was, I mean, I feel like it was so much more community at the time, bro. Whereas like now, I mean, for me, that's nostalgia, because I mean, you know, again, thinking about the current day, like the kids, the generation today, and the generation that we had. You know, and I think Josh probably hit on this one time before, where it's like, go outside to the streetlights cut on, or to his dad whistle. Today, it's almost like you gotta force them to go outside. Like, bro, go grab this out the car. It's like, god damn. So now I feel like that's a piece of nostalgia in itself, man.
Tablets, man. Even down to you appreciate when they came out with the wireless phone, the wireless house phone. You know what I'm saying? Boy. You know, not having to be on that.
Charge that mug,
boy. And that cord stretched long too. God dog, the phone be in the kitchen, you upstairs in the.
Or even back in the day when you trying to get your little Mac on, man, you got to call.
Yeah.
Or your daddy picked the phone up.
Exactly.
Hey Josh.
Can I speak to Adrian?
Get out the phone.
Right. or anything like that. You know,
who is this?
So you had to go through the parents to try to get who are you going to talk to my daughter for? You know what I'm saying? A mom saying
it won't no social media platforms where you can slide in DMs and all this other stuff.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. Right. Hey, did y'all have a black book, like with the numbers in it?
I'm not gonna lie.
You was a little sophisticated, D. You had a book?
I had the book with the zipper on it.
Damn, cuz.
See, talking about, hold on.
My bad, bro.
Well, I had to remember the number.
Hold on, dog. You had a black book with a zipper on it.
D had a ledger in 7th grade.
I had
call that man Derek Esquire.
I didn't get the black book till about 8th, 9th grade, but I started utilizing it pretty heavy in about 9th grade.
I got you.
Hey, you had a Rolodex, dog. You had the Rolodex.
Damn.
Hey, look, if you wanted so-and-so number, DB had it. I got page 13.
Hey,
hold on.
Low key, but I won't wild though. Let me get that straight. I won't wild, but I did have the black book with the numbers in it.
No, you was wild for having a Rolodex. That's what you was wild.
You
had a table of contents in that
floating
motherfucker.
Rolodex.
The black book was so necessary, bro. I mean, because
Yes, sir.
again, think about it, you got to remember the phone. Come on, dog.
But
You don't
that-
have it ain't nothing
well,
stored.
well, back in that day, we had actual phone books too.
True.
Yeah, you did have a phone.
But you had to know her mama or daddy name.
Yeah, you had to know the parents.
And she was not listening to Keisha
yeah.
Thomas. Okay.
Yeah,
You
like,
do
you
every
remember
Thomas
that
last name.
in the book, bro.
Yeah.
Man, people don't even got home phones no more, man. I still remember my
I
home
know.
phone.
I'm guilty of it. I don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't either. I want one though, but I'm like, for what?
They still
Yeah,
sell
no
them.
point.
They still offer that line.
Yeah,
That's wild.
and it's cheap. It's cheaper now too.
Yeah,
I believe it.
for sure.
It's a
Well,
bundle deal with the internet.
12
Go ahead,
cent.
bundle that thing. I don't know about that low.
About 12 cents, though. About 12 cents.
For the house phone, if it's
Obviously,
12
that's
cents, I
what
gotta get. I already said I gotta get one.
Forget Verizon at that point. Hey, look,
No,
man, we're gonna
word.
tap into. We got a couple more questions, man. These are
Word.
more
Go ahead,
debates
bro.
too, so I'm gonna fire these off and see if we can knock these out, man. I know
Okay.
we're having a real good discussion here. So this one reads, which debate never dies, no matter the generation? MJ, LeBron, Jay-Z, or Nas?
Oh man,
What?
Hey,
All right.
you know what's funny? Both of them, bro. Not both.
So let's
Let me
talk-
back
let's
up.
talk
Not
about it.
both. Yeah,
Go ahead,
MJ
G. Go
LeBron
ahead, G.
one is gonna. I think that one is gonna be one that's compared until the next person steps in, and the debate itself of MJ LeBron is just gonna happen. I think it's based on the eras though. A lot of people, if you was able to watch MJ do what he did, I mean, I'm speaking of from college to the pros, bro. With MJ, if you see the things he did in college all through the pros, your GOAT is going to be MJ. And I think seeing
Hold on. All right. Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Oh, yeah,
No, go ahead.
I'm almost there.
Go ahead.
And
This is great debates.
I feel like our generation, that today, and even the newer generation, they're able to see LeBron put in work. And brother is 40 years old,
Man.
and he doing things that a lot of people has never even see get done before. Jordan, you got to remember, Jordan came back at 40. And he was not doing what LeBron was doing. So I think for me, my GOAT is going to be LeBron. And it's only because of the things that I've seen him do. I get it. It's only because of the things that I've seen him do. And I'll say this for me. The things I've seen him do and the way he made people around him better. Bro, yes. Somebody called it out the other day like, you not winning – MJ not winning a championship with Matthew Dellavedova, bro.
absolutely not.
He is not winning the championship with Matthew Dellavedova.
Absolutely not.
And-
Daniel
and for you
Gibson
to get
and
it-
all of these.
Yeah. You're
Come
not
on,
gonna,
dog.
You're not gonna win no championship with Booby, bro. He not gonna be your brother. and a few others, but I mean, the people that he won championships with, it was really just him as a big name. You had Big Z every now and then with Cleveland, but Jordan, he literally said, "I needed Scotty, I needed Dennis. I seen what he was able to do. I needed him. I needed so and so. So he did need certain people around, but he pissed people off so bad. I mean, look at Scottie Pippen. He had a holdout year. Well, he was like, "Nah, I ain't fooling with buddy."
Hey.
So I think all in all, man, LeBron made people around him better. So I think for me, that's why I'm gonna choose him.
Not even
I
on
mean,
the court, but even
go
off
ahead.
the court too. When it talks
Right.
about
Yeah.
making people better, with bringing his people up that he went to school with and putting them in positions
Absolutely.
to where they can continue on and being successful. I mean, you think
Mm-hmm.
about Rich Paul right now. I mean, what else is there to be said? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this is somebody that is sandbox kids with Bron, man, and was able to do that. So I just want to make that point too. And I'll defer to you. Zach, 'cause,
Absolutely.
Like, when we say making people better on the court and off the court.
I'm
And
gonna
look,
have
and
to
it ain't no Rich Paul and Adele without LeBron.
And I'm gonna piggyback off of both of y'all. I'm gonna piggyback off of both of y'all. Then I'm gonna let Josh go because he's an MJ fan, but whatever.
Yeah.
I
a
feel
Kobe
like
fan,
well,
but go ahead.
well, listen, we talking about these two, but listen, we're talking about MJ versus LeBron, right? Like Doc said it, like it was once said, like if you make it out, but when you take people with you, they say a lot about you. Like,
Absolutely.
And Bron took everybody from his adolescence, whatever you want to call it, with him, and he made them better people, right? So the MJ LeBron debate, in my opinion, MJ had grit, played in a different era, and his legacy extends to sneakers, alcohol, and he's still shaping our culture to today. You know what I mean? I grew up in a space where, man, dudes was getting smoked over J's. If I ain't had the money to get the Jordans and your mother paid for the Jordans, if I had the willpower or the strength to take it, I'm going to come and get your shoes. You feel what I'm saying? So MJ, on a different level, he's impacted the culture. I can't take that away from him. But LeBron okay. We talk about an all-time scorer.
Hey,
Yeah.
Josh
Talking
is
about a dude
bro.
who's still
Yeah.
playing, who's incredible off the court. He's a
Yeah.
father, a husband,
Yeah.
a school founder, right?
People don't talk about all that. Yeah.
MJ was great, but he was an asshole off the court.
Yeah.
How many encounters have you seen people talk about Pippen, who just released how much of an asshole he was, man? Well, LeBron, in my opinion, he is a better man overall. Both are legends, but for me, LeBron has the edge, and he takes the cake all day. He takes the cake as an overall person. He takes the cake as an overall athlete. But yes, MJ was able to go and tap into other professional athlete positions. Well, I would say LeBron hasn't done that. So yes, are they very much so neck and neck if we talking about the overall for both? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm only Josh, Derek, and Doc's brother friend because of the people that they are, the characteristics that they hold outside of what they do in their day-to-day to go and make that Skrilla. Like, man, Derek's a hell of a guy. At work and outside of work. I can't say that about Jordan. I can't.
I feel you on that. That's a good point.
I don't know him personally, but I know enough from encounters from people all over the world. Like, that buddy was not that guy to say hello to.
Yeah. What you gotta say, Jay?
Josh, I can't wait till you go, Josh, because I feel like
come
you got
on.
something cooking.
I ain't
Come on
got
now,
nothing to
baby.
say.
I need to hear your reasons why, bro.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. I just, I came up in like the late era of MJ, so I got to see a little bit of MJ. But my favorite player is, and always will be, is Kobe Bryant. I know he's not on the topic of discussion, but I've always been a Kobe fan, man. I mean, rest in peace. But Kobe just was always that guy that I looked up to, like as far as playing basketball and stuff like that. Kobe has always been that guy. I've had several pairs of shoes. That's always been my favorite shoe to play basketball in. Kobe's.
Kobe, man.
Kobe has always been that guy, man. He was a hard worker. And Kobe was an asshole off the court too. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people have a lot of nice things to say about Kobe in and off the court too. He was a worker.
Yeah.
He was gonna shoot. Even when he tore his Achilles, man, he went out there and still took that shot. So even when he hit 81, when I found out that Kobe died, bro, I freaking cried.
Bro.
Oh yeah, likewise, man.
The world, it seemed like the world stopped, bro. Like it was.
I cried, because
Rest in peace to his daughter too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
facts.
saying?
I couldn't believe that.
I literally cried, bro, because that's where I grew up playing 2K, playing Live 05. You know what I'm saying?
Live 05,
If I got Kobe, you know what I'm saying? I already know he gonna bang the ball. He can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? Kobe was it, bro. So I just, LeBron's cool, bro. I ain't gonna take it on. He's a hell of a player, but.
Yeah, easy.
It's funny because man, I think Kobe molded himself so much after Jordan that I think he kind of moved himself into a space. One, he was phenomenal on the court, but I think he grabbed so much of the good and bad qualities that Jordan had, and he took that with him in terms of like on the court, outside, like even just like in practice, talking shit to his teammates and stuff like that. And I think for me, that's kind of what brought his hit brought him down in a sense. But when we speaking like just the play itself, Kobe was unmatched, bro, in terms of one-on-one. But Kobe was I can't remember which one said, like, no, it was Jordan who said there's no I in team, but it's an I in win. I feel like Kobe literally tried to pull that exact same thing from Jordan and took that same mindset and put it into basketball, on court, practice, wherever he went. And that's why I think it kind of ate him up with that in terms of the comparison between now MJ and LeBron. I feel like if I had to rank them, it would have to be number 3 because he was number 1 in terms of what he was almost equal with Jordan.
Individually.
Yeah. He was almost as equal with Jordan. But definitely rest in peace, man, to Kobe. I think Kobe, for me, I began to like that dude as he became closer to retirement. And I think it's because like he was spitting facts when that man went on to like the Jimmy Kimmel show or other shows. Like you hear him dropping gems, bro. And when you start to hear him finally talk, it's like, damn, he really was thinking like that. Like if I wake up at 4:00, if Josh wake up at 6, I need to be up at 4:30. And I'm like, bro, he's thinking like the normal person should, in terms of like it ain't really about the work that we put. It's really about getting to the spot first. And I think for him, bro, that's just the kind of stuff that kind of started triggering with me. I'm like, damn, that shit kind of stands out. It's like just being there first, just being present.
Right.
And so I think all in all, man, I mean, just comparing the two, I still got to put Bron over Jordan, but I think I would definitely go Bron, Jordan, and then Kobe. Not out of disrespect to either one of them, because all of them was phenomenal at that time, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to
And
the Black Mama.
Hey, I was just gonna say, Mama mentality never dies, bro. I think
Yeah.
you know you have to definitely look at Kobe to the standpoint of like, dude was just like a student of the game, a true student of the
Absolutely.
game and to life. You know, because people apply that Mama mentality everywhere. You know, we talk about just the game of basketball. I think people got different criteria and definitions. If we talk about just all around player, to me,
Kobe.
it just speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? And so I think like that part of it is I agree with all the conversation there. But I appreciate you, Josh, for throwing Kobe in there, man, because I do think my dog,
Likewise.
he be getting slated a little bit, you know, and it's I think his work speaks for itself, man, his body of work, and you know, he definitely is, it should be in consideration for all of these things. But you know, when you talk about just like the similarities of like both guys wearing 23, I'm talking about Bron and MJ and things like that, it's just so easy to compare, you know, those individuals and things like that. But I too think just all around basketball player between those guys, man, you know, people be like, people feared Mike. Nobody fears LeBron. I'm like, okay, you know, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that he ain't gonna go out there and give you freaking 30, almost a triple
Every
double
time.
every game. You know what I'm saying? And so all that to say, man, I definitely think that the MJ LeBron comparison will never die. Similar to Jay-Z and Nas, but I think like definitely the basketball realm of it will always go a little bit further. And for the record, I think LeBron is the GOAT. But nevertheless,
You gotta tell us who you got, bro.
I think
talking
Bron
about-
is-
Said it.
I think Bron is the GOAT.
Yeah.
D Wade, my favorite player, you know, of all time. That's my dog, D Wade. You know,
Yeah.
his personal life is his personal life. You know what I'm saying? But I think as a
Another
basketball
episode.
player, yeah, that's for a whole other right. Well, a basketball player, since I always modeled that similar to you, Josh, and your feels about Kobe. That was my dog, bro. And so I think like that's to say that, but ultimately, I think the GOAT of the game of basketball got to be Bron to me.
Yeah.
But
That's
cool.
three out
Man,
of-
I appreciate y'all.
3 out of
coming on
4.
with us.
3 out of 4.
Yeah, three out of 4. You know what I mean? We got, I don't know, guys. What you think? One more question? We good?
Let's shoot.
One more.
That was all right. Cool. We're gonna end
Let's
it
do
on
it.
this one,
Yep.
then, man. This is another kind of like debatable type of question here. But does today's culture create icons in the same way, or has social media watered down what it means to be a legend? Damn, that's a good question. I think I could try to kick us off with this one. I do think that there's a difference between like how the culture creates icons as of today. And I do think social media has a good part to play in it as well. I think not even just social media though. I think just like the level of technology and the tooling that is being used at this point to even push music, to even, you know, or I know they say icon is not necessarily specifically of the music realm, but you know, just how things are so accessible at this point in time. You know, how people can see somebody do a great act, you know, like for example, you'll see a lot of like guys who's, for example, like maybe out there in the backyard throwing a 90-mile fastball, and that's glorified. You get viral for that, you know what I'm saying? But if you put them in a real game, how does that transition over? You know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
I guess my follow-up question to people who looks at this at that is just like, you know, what's your definition of a legend? You know what I'm saying? And it kind of goes back to our debate of the last question. You know, when you talk about like legends, however you categorize them or rank them as far as MJ, Bron, Kobe, whoever else you want to throw in the mix, Wilt or Bill Russell, whatever, they're all legends. You know what I'm saying? Like they did something, you know, that a lot of people, average Joe, could not do, you know, and I think ultimately the culture in itself, we do water it down a lot because it doesn't take much for people to do now to be placed in the higher echelon versus how it was before. You had to really work, and that work had to be consistent for a course of time before you were considered to be in that place. Now it's not so much. You know, now you just have to be trendy, and when you're trendy, it's temporary. I look at trendy stuff as temporary, you know what I'm saying? And so now you just have to be trendy in order to be placed in this position. A lot of these rappers out here now have no idea what the heck they're saying. I have no idea like what type of things they stand on. There's not no storytelling no more when it comes to the rapping game and all of these different things. It's just like whatever sounds exciting, whatever people want to hear. And but they're being looked at as legends, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
slow your roll. You know what I'm saying? So I
it's-
do think it's watered down.
Like you can go back and look at some of the lyrics that Nas says or how they put stuff together.
Oh man,
Even
poetic.
Wayne, one of my favorite rappers, just the stuff that he puts together. That's just legendary. You know what I'm saying? Wayne's a legend. I mean, he's my favorite rapper. Wayne's a legend within his own regard. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that. The Baby.
Best rapper of all time, in my opinion.
You know what I'm saying? I like Lil Baby. Like I'm a fan of his music. Big X, all these guys. But I just don't think that they're gonna be legends. You know what I'm saying? Like Young Boy's not gonna be no legend to me.
I don't know, bro.
Pause.
I don't know, bro. I know he not to
Young
I
you.
agree.
boy.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I
Okay.
do agree.
All right. We ain't gonna. I ain't gonna interrupt you. Go ahead.
I just don't feel that Young Boy's gonna be. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the music is good. But when I hear of a legend in the rap game, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Nas, Biggie, Jay-Z, Pop. You know what I'm saying? Wayne. Who else am I talking about? Master P. Help me out, dog. Who's some of the old school rappers?
Shit. Hey,
You named a good amount of
You
them.
named what I will put in my category.
You gotta put LL in there. You gotta. Come on.
I ain't gonna
So
lie.
many more
LL,
legends.
Yeah.
LL
I
too.
mean-
Yes,
I mean,
it's a
them
lot of
guys-
legends.
Some legends, man. And
Yeah,
I just
WA.
feel like, and maybe people looking, they be like, yeah, that's a legend in our time. You know what I'm saying? Now you got this new school. You know what I'm saying? And Baby and all this stuff. I rock with Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
Lil Baby's
Hey,
one of my. That's one of my like.
Shout
you know
out
what
my
I'm saying?
label. That's me.
Heavy rotation.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta have.
Say it
a
again,
rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, look, you hit on one, bro, and I want to say that it is based on their group. And let me go back to specifics. Young boy NBA, that dude 25 years old. That man is packing out arenas, bro. I don't
70
know if he's
plus
gonna be-
thousand.
Yeah, I think. I know it might not seem like it from our view, but that man gonna be a legend, bro. He's only 25.
I'm going this week.
And he got back
That's
he
what's
got
up.
back-to-back
I'll
shows.
be there.
He got back-to-back shows in Dallas. Already sold out twice in the month of September.
Twice.
But
And
are
Obama's
we
was there.
watering it down? What it means to be like? Are we watering it
Yeah, great way to
down?
bring it back.
Or are we?
Say-
Is what he's putting out? Those are great accomplishments. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when we talk about the legend in the rap game, when you put him up against some of those other names, like yes, he's selling out
Now,
arenas.
yeah.
Great for him.
Yeah.
As a young black
Okay.
man, I applaud you. Continue to do that. But when we talk about things being legendary, that's kind of where I just can't agree with that, man. I
But
don't
young
know.
boy,
Maybe
but
not
young boy,
yet.
25. Okay, and I'm not trying to make this about NBA young boy. So let me
Right.
let me
No, I feel
caveat-
you.
Let me caveat this next 30 seconds. I'm gonna give him. He been doing what he been doing for the past 8 to 7 years, and he's 25.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
talking about a dude that was doing it from an adolescence into manhood. I
Very
don't
true.
agree with all of the lyrics that he's talking about. However, I can't say that he's not a lyricist. I can't. I don't forget all the street cred. Forget all of the Baton Rouge this and the I went to jail and I did this. The young man can get in the booth. He can make an album and he can capture an audience. Tupac
Absolutely.
did it. Biggie did it. LL Cool J did it. So we cannot take that away from him. Can we talk about the likeness of what he's talking about? I do not resonate with shit young boy talking.
Absolutely. I don't agree to all of it. Yeah, I do not agree to all of it.
I don't
But
agree with none of it.
So,
But look, like I even said, he got double back-to-back shows in multiple places and in back-to-back nights. That man is packing out
you
each
can't
arena.
deny
Now,
that.
granted,
You cannot deny
he
that.
has been in for going on 10 years, bro. Now, I would say that 10 years doing this
Since
at this
15.
rate, I would say, bro, it is legendary.
At its
That
peak,
is
though,
legendary.
DB.
And it's not for us. It might not be for us, but yeah, I would say
Tupac died at
that
this peak.
alone, bro. Yeah, Tupac died.
Biggie died at his peak.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Master
all-
P
it's-
digressed before he got to his peak.
I think.
I keep going.
Yeah, Master P was garbage. I didn't think he was good at all.
I keep
I don't
going.
even see why he was listed, but I was like, he is not a.
You
not-
can't
to me,
stop!
He is not a legend.
I think
to me. He
I
was-
think legendary for the standpoint of like how he pushed, how he evolutioned the aspect of like, production and everything else, like, or labels and everything else. I think from that standpoint, he's obviously a better businessman than he is a rapper to me. You know what I'm saying? But I think like legendary from that standpoint.
I would say, man, I think the difference though, in terms of like today's culture, social media brings up the quick stars, but it's not going to, I can't think of one person that got famous on social media alone and became legendary within their space for like years. I'm talking years. I'm not talking about like being high. I can't remember the dude name, Shiggy, something like that. Some dude, he used to dance. He did dances to Drake's song. What's his name?
And the flip flop joints and all that.
Yeah.
So you talking about
Shiggy?
Shiggy, yeah.
Shiggy, yeah, him.
Yeah,
right.
I remember.
He had a moment, bro, for like a year or two where he was like, you go to him for dances, you're gonna get a fire trend from him.
Yeah,
But,
Shiggy, yeah.
Shiggy. But out of nowhere, he's gone. So in a sense, yes, use your time, right? That's what social media is for. I feel like any person, including me, because I be doing my little thing every now and then too. I feel like you're literally one like or one share away from being like a superstar on social media out of nowhere. But the thing is, it's about like continuing to like hold that, like continuing to do it. I think that's what separates people. I mean, people like, think about like Jay-Z, bro, and he evolved at that. He didn't.
Who's
stay
not
the
on
same.
social media right now, by the way.
He's not on social. He's never really been heavy on social media, and the fact that he's evolved within the game of rap, bro. Like if you go back to the back in the day when he first dropped the Blueprints, and then today's Jay-Z, dude don't even look the same. He don't talk the same. He don't walk the same. He probably don't even hear the same. But I feel like that is legendary, bro. He's evolving with the time. And look, I feel like Josh is like looking like, bro, no, bro. But
No, hold on. I want a caveat off of that, D.
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Zach.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to just take y'all back to 07 when Wayne dropped the Drought 3.
Okay.
he legendary.
One in particular song. I just want to read you like two verses.
Go
from that
ahead.
album.
Yeah, go
You
ahead,
were
bro.
searching. I want to hear you say it.
Live from the
Bar for bar.
flow. It's Mr. Crazy Flow, jumping like a bungee, no rope. Even in the dungeon, I glow. If it's sunny, I glow. If it ain't about money, I go nowhere. I'm nailed to the flow. Money controls where I go. It is a sail in my boat. It's going down like there's a well in the boat. She can smell that I smoke. Yeah, I sip that lean. Hit you with that combination. Make my eyes bleed. I'm a shark in the water. Yep, I swim with the big, so I don't have time to deal with Willie the Squid. Like
Trash.
man.
Cole Roger.
Bro.
Cole Roger.
Come on, bro.
Hey, I told you, bro. Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
Bro.
That shit was whack, bro. That shit was
Whack as shit.
Yeah, you trash.
But-
Yeah, you trash.
I
Y'all
really
That's my
rock
dog.
with Wayne so heavy. I rock with Wayne so heavy enough that I probably would have never said that back then. But bro, what Willie the Squid? I dropped like
Come on, dog.
Bro,
Bruh,
Wayne-
read it,
Wayne-
and when you read Wayne shit to yourself, you
Bruh.
be like, yeah, this motherfucker just like a lot of similes, a lot of rhymes.
Yeah.
bro, my
It's
boy
like
nasty, bro.
my boy.
Hey.
Hear me when I say this. I'm not taking Wayne's pen game from him.
Yeah.
Is he a legend? Yes. Terrible rap genius choice to pick from you. That's on you, dog. That was a
I
terrible
love
pick.
Live from the Front.
A terrible pick, dog. Terrible. You could have picked so many other lines. And I'm not trying to do this to pick on you, but that resonated with you. Maybe you like that line. For me, I'd have been like, yeah, skip that shit.
Word.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Scarface, legend. Ghetto Boys,
I can't do Scarface.
legend. I listen.
I don't even know who that
again,
is.
And I
Yeah.
guess
All
that's
right.
the thing. It's all subjective.
It's
You
all
know
about
what I'm saying?
perspective. It's all
It's
subjective.
all
Yeah,
about
that too.
perspective.
Yeah.
That is the thing.
It's all
And we're
subjective.
seeing it unfold right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This-
It is that.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
go ahead.
I mean, for me, I feel like to answer what everybody said, and I think DB hit on it the most, is like social media has watered it down, man. Like,
Yeah.
Doc hit on this, I don't know, maybe 5 episodes ago. Like, all it takes is 15 seconds to go viral. Remember that
That's
time?
it.
We was talking
Yeah.
15 seconds, man. So, like, social media has watered it down. So, today, you can go viral in 15 seconds and be famous. Back then, the greatness spread by word of mouth. We talked about that. We talked about AI. We talked about if I ain't hear the album and somebody just sitting there spitting that, like Josh. And again, I'm not talking about what you said. Somebody else might resonate. One of our viewers might be like, damn, that was one of my favorite Wayne lines too. That's why he a legend to me. To me, it was trash. But again, it's the word of mouth. It makes it undeniable. That's what makes the person a legend. When somebody can sit around and talk about this person, and I don't need a phone. I don't need to go on Google and say who that person is. Like Michael Jackson, if you said Michael Jackson's name, I don't give a where you were in the United States or where you were in the world of human beings. You knew who the MJ was. You want to know why? Because when he put that shit down in Los Angeles in 1986, they heard about it in South Africa the next day.
Yeah.
That's facts.
They ain't need no
facts.
internet dial-up Wi-Fi for it.
That's facts.
It was
That's
undeniable.
That's facts.
Man, Mike had
that's a great point.
passing out. People had to go off in ambulances.
Ain't even
Yeah.
say a
Concert.
word yet. Ain't even say
Hyperventilate.
Ain't he say
the
a word?
Super Bowl?
Hey,
talking
that's a
about
bad
Super
motherfucker.
Yeah,
You talking about a motherfucker saying hee hee? You talking about a motherfucker saying hee hee? That's got
Grabbing
everybody in a
stuff and shit.
chokehold, dog.
MJ
Boy.
did something that was unreal, bro. At the Super Bowl when he just sat there, didn't say nothing. He broke
Just
every
pause.
rule of the Super Bowl. First off, he broke every rule of the Super Bowl by not saying nothing because you know the Super Bowl is timed.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
And
right,
the
right,
crowd
right,
just
right.
would not stop, bro. He was
No,
standing
he
like
used
a
about
statue.
2-3 minutes of them shits.
Yep.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm gonna just sit
They
here,
was
soak it all
pissed.
in. Hey,
Legend.
Pissed.
Legend.
legendary.
Hey Josh, I was about to drop some Lil Wayne, some Jay-Z bars for you off the podcast.
Get in there.
but I
Get in
was
there,
not gonna
dog.
do it.
Come on, dog. Give me
You ain't
one.
gonna
Give
do
me
it?
one, dog.
Hey, this man said order some Patrizi.
Fire!
Talking to this brief. Hey, bro, tell me we all could just sit back and just be like, hey, you're envisioning this. You're imagining this. You're imagining you are somewhere in a club with a Patron shot in your hand and you wearing the 3-piece, brushing off my 3-piece. I make this look too easy. So
He said
like,
Patrizi.
Yeah, Patrizi. My suit.
I thought it was
My
wine.
suit.
D.
Damn if I know.
But he
Hey,
talking about
fool,
Patron. But he talking about. I thought it was wine.
I thought it was Patron. I could be wrong.
You right. I'm wrong,
I
but
feel
you
like-
right.
Okay, I feel like just like listening to that, he's evolving with the time. He's making himself more and more legendary. When he dropped that piece, bro, I can run that joint back on repeat. Wayne too, though. Don't get me wrong. I can rock with Wayne.
That's
with
my
Wayne.
dog,
but,
bro. That's my dog right there.
But yeah,
Hey,
no,
but I feel what y'all
definitely some
saying.
good ones, man. Definitely
sure.
some good ones.
Hey,
Bro,
man.
like, who couldn't rap a Millie right now from start to finish? Everybody.
Hey, look, you should have said that song.
You should have said I'm
You should have said that.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Billy was fire.
Hey,
Exactly.
Yeah.
hey, that
Billy was
for
fire.
Sure. For sure. Hey, look, man.
Yeah, man.
That's all the questions that we got, yo. Great debate. I know it's gonna be something that our
12.
listeners can resonate with, man. Y'all take these conversations, y'all have y'all debate. Check us, man. Let us know what y'all think about these debates too, and just nostalgia. All in all, you know what I'm saying? I think we can all just kind of think back and, you know, whatever that time frame fits. You would have older listeners as well to where their nostalgia moments might be in the 70s, 80s and all that. That's cool too, man. Like, get us hip to some of those things, man, you know, that y'all was very much interested in, and some fun stories and experiences that y'all can think of as well. It's all appreciated. You know, I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna pass it over back to you, DB, to close us out. I don't know if you wanted me to go through all of that as well, but
Oh no, look, I'm happy to do so, bro. But yeah, no, look, love to hit on the fact that this will change by generations. Have your debates, have it with us, man. Drop some debate feedback in the comments. I know if it was my dad time, man, he'll definitely bring up the Biz Marquis and a few others that I can think of. You know, the Rapper's Delight itself. Yeah, Sugar Hill Gang, yep, and all that. So
Rakim.
Rakim. Hey, look, this can continue to go. DMX. Some people might even put DMX up
ain't
there.
no
DMX, hey,
Yeah.
So,
Glad you said
so,
that.
so look, all in all, man, look, have your debates with us in the chat. We would more than happy to be able to respond and be willing to respond to some of the feedback. But look, before we close up, man, this table is again a transparent spot. We're gonna be open. We're gonna have our conversations. We might finally. I think it's really our first debate conversation, which was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And look, I love this, so we might have to do this one for next season. So, all in all, man, a transparent table, many conversations. We have a conversation just like we would when we call each other, but we sharing it with the world. And we're looking forward to hearing what you guys think, man. Just feel free to leave some feedback, give us some love, and let us know what you're looking forward to hearing going forward. But all in all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up episode number 12, our final one before our finale. Hopefully y'all come back next week to catch us with that finale episode so we can kind of close and wrap some things up and give y'all a visual of what's going to come up for next season. Till then, though, y'all have a great night. Season 12, we out of here.
Let's go.
Bless.
Episode 12.